Hi-ho, everybody. It's your old pal Fido. I'm here with Powie. We're going to bring you the next exciting installment of
Hey, man. Nice kid shirt. Whoa. Oops.
Let's start at the beginning, shall we? This is episode
24?
23.
23?
24?
23. 24.
It's the next exciting episode of Hey Man, Nice Kid Shirt. As you may remember, last week I wore the end of the road. We were at the end of the road. So now we're just into a sort of a off-the-rack generic t-shirt phase.
For him.
No need for a model spin. Powie is modeling End of the Road. 2021 secondary market leg. I think it was the third leg?
I think you said Pine Knob.
Yeah,
I think it was the Pine Knob show.
Pine Knob. Yep. So that's how we do with the shirts. Our next plan of attack. Rock and roll all night.
And journal every day. It's a year-long guide.
Celebrating the fun
of being a Kiss fan. Yeah. God dang, we've had a lot of fun.
Hacha. Hacha. And we will continue to do so as we dive in with June 3rd.
Bruce's birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, Bruce. June 3rd asks, have you ever owned a Kiss keychain? What keychain was your favorite? Do you still use a Kiss keychain? And if so, what is the design?
No. I've never had one.
No to all?
Not no to all. I think I like the signatures one. I think the best that they had in the solo albums, I believe, was the their autographs, their signatures, keychain. Don't they have those? Or were they necklaces? Were they pendants or keychains?
The ones I remember
were
the enamel sort of solo album faces. But were the signatures stick pins?
I thought that they were keychains.
They probably were. I'm probably just losing my mind. I had an Animalize, just a plastic keychain. It wasn't a funky. It was just one of the just clear sort of bubble, not a bubble keychain, but it was just a square piece of plastic, just a sandwich.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
And a square Animalize cover. And didn't last long. It was cheap. It broke.
What's that?
This is my favorite. This is the one I got from Rick.
Thanks, Rick. I did not know that he got you.
Yeah. No, actually, I won it. I won it in a giveaway.
Our buddy KIhle Lo.
And Mr. Barlow? Oh, I told you, you should be meeting him soon.
Sent us these 3D prints of a Kiss logo in keychain form. So here we go. Some old school fun in an online world. And our final keychain winner of the day. Sorry, I can't. It's hard to read through this camera when it's focusing. I apologize for the delay, but our final winner of the keychains is Fido from Michigan. Fido, who got in to the December 2nd Madison Square Garden show on a wing and a prayer. Didn't even have a ticket. Took a plane out there that was canceled, rebooked. The man made it into the final Kiss show. You are our final winner of the Kiss keychains. That's awesome.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I didn't see that close up. That's all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I don't use it because it's fragile, and I mean keychains just take a lot of abuse. Unless you've got a metal keychain cool, and it's not pot metal, yeah, I think it is cool. But yeah, that'd be my favorite. Thank you. It's all for you, Demon. I think I'm gonna hand the microphone over to Powie for June 4th. If you were to start a Kiss fanzine, what would it be called? draft the contents of the first issue below. Well, obviously, I'd call it,
Hey man, nice kiss zine.
But beyond that, I think I'm going to let Powie read some of the table of contents.
Table of contents.
What do we got on page 3?
On page 3, how Ace's love will hurl you into orbit. Page 4, creepy bitches stalk the demon and tattle. Foxy pinups. Zany contests. Page 16, Peter had a fight with his wife again, and you could be his brand new coke slut. Page 25, Paul locks himself in the bathroom and doesn't talk to you and listens to Rod Stewart over and over and over. Page 45, Peter says, my mom's my biggest groupie. Gross! It's all here. Thanks for playing.
Thanks. Yeah, my I'm not sure when I'm going to drop that first issue of Hey Man, nice kiss scene. But when I do, if I could stop laughing long enough, you'll enjoy it.
I bet you I'm loud as fuck on that.
Oh my God, blowing it out.
Blowing it up.
They're feeling us in the next county tonight, people.
What's next on 5?
June 5th asks, sell kiss to a stranger. What's your pitch?
It's my pitch. Man, back in the day, it was like listen to Kiss Alive and listen to Kiss Destroyer. That was my pitch back then. It was like, these guys are the greatest thing.
You kept it simple, stupid?
Ever. It was like, yeah, you gotta hear it live, and you gotta hear it loud, and you gotta look at the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you don't like it, then you're fucked.
Then you gotta listen to it live too, open the gatefold, and blink your eyes really fast.
Mm-hmm. Or smoke a joint.
Mm-hmm. Or both. I just think that it would have to, I couldn't come up with a standard pitch, you know?
I had a friend of mine, and I was like, let's go see Kiss. He was like, last thing I want to see is a bunch of old guys wearing makeup. And I was like, oh man, it's not like that. You got to see them to know what.
So what was his take after the show?
He didn't see him. He did end up seeing Coop, Motley Crue. I think Motley Crue opened for Alice, or Alice opened for Motley. And he saw Cooper, and he's like, freaking Alice Cooper blew me away. And I was like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Kiss would have blown him away as well.
I think so. But yeah, I wish I would have got him to just see the band live, you know, because it was definitely when they were using the end of the road stuff, the pyro from, you know, Detroit Rock City, where everything just goes off, you know.
Oh, for the gatefold? Yeah.
No. I mean, for the end of the song, you know.
Oh.
Boom, 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 boom. Everything's just blowing up. You know?
Yeah, and of course, rock and roll all night. That's
right.
I mean, it goes without saying to us, but to somebody that,
to the uninitiated, I was like, you have to see them live to know, you know.
Mm-hmm. Even if the music is not your cup of tea, you'll come away with a respect for, like, if if the person's, a hard rock fan, if they've seen a big rock show before,
mm-hmm.
like, to understand that, in 1974, nobody was doing that.
Ooh, yeah, it's hard to explain that to some folks today, you know.
Like I said, I couldn't have a standard elevator pitch because Kiss is one of those things that just like propels my imagination and brings me joy and fires me up, and I have to go off the cuff about Kiss because it's one of the few things that I can really like. I feel like I can just uncork and let it roll,
Extrapolate.
Yeah, it's just like I gotta ask this person like what I'm gonna tailor my pitch on the fly to. Maybe they're not a fan of music at all. Maybe they play checkers to unwind or whatever the fuck they do. So I mean, I gotta find a way in through music somehow, and then according to whatever they do like. That's kind of, you know, because sometimes you got to start a motherfucker out on Peter's solo album, man. Don't you? Guess what? We go from June 5th to June 7th. And if you watched It's All For You Demon break it down for you last Friday, was that 2 weeks ago? Then you know
I didn't see it.
He just kind of skipped for some reason or another. 6-6 got 86th. So we're going to jump right ahead and get to June 7th, which asks, what do you think would need to take place for the 4 original members of KISS to bury the hatchet and record a new album? The obvious answer is money and lots of it.
Dump truck.
But beyond that, you know, like, I got to say, I'm encouraged. I mean, you know, we'll see, you know, the proof will be in the pudding when Peter's record comes out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, I think for the last few years, some of us have, like, labored under the assumption that Peter just doesn't have it anymore and is retired as a drummer, and that's clearly not the case. Or is it? Is he going to have a drummer, and is he going to sing everything? Like, what's Peter's album going to bring, you know? So, I mean, you know,
it's supposed to be a lot of rock. A lot of rock guys are on it. No members of KISS? No Ace? No Paul? No Gene?
No problem. I don't know. Honestly,
I don't know either.
I mean, I watched Julian's thing, like the
announcement.
The announcement.
Right.
The kind of like the MTV world premiere.
Sure.
But
it sure is a special day. You could be Ace's new girl as long as he doesn't divorce his wife.
His love's gonna send you where?
Into orbit.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, I mean, you know,
yeah. What would it take for the original members to get back together and record an album?
We're talking an album.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it could be anything. Paul would have to produce the whole thing, probably, and have complete creative control.
Wouldn't it be great to
get Eddie?
Well, I mean, as long as we're in this realm of fantasy, I mean, I just want to see a whole record credited, you know, songwriting credits to Stanley Simmons.
Well, we might.
I mean,
might see that with Nick and Evan.
I mean, and
they're actually pretty good.
Yeah,
you know, they're like the Everly Brothers.
I'm digging what I've heard so far.
They're good. So maybe we'll see a Stanley Simmons.
But I mean, like I said, what if the 4 got together and then there was a couple, you know, Fraley and Chris sprinkled in there, you know, for their how many ever respective tunes they could. Man, I mean, it is kind of fun to think of a reunited KISS album, you know, that isn't Psycho Circus.
Yes.
I mean, Psycho Circus has its moments, but
not many.
This question puts it in a whole, you know, it just puts it squarely in that fantasy realm. So moving on to June 8th.
Oh, we're doing this?
This one's kind of fun.
Okay. I missed this. I don't think I got this.
Of the 4 70s, of the 4
Okay.
70s Milton Bradley KISS puzzles.
78. Do you got those downstairs? No.
Which one is your favorite and why? Did you put the puzzles together as a child? Which ones, and do you still have any of the puzzles as an adult?
I don't. I never did. As far as my favorite, Ace's cover was like the favorite of my solo albums.
Oh no, but the Milton Bradley puzzles.
I mean, they're just the solo album.
No. Remember the marathon super post, the perforated thing I had that I got like detention for? Like, it was those like Barry Levine photos. It was like Gene. I'll put photos, but
Put the photos.
it was Gene, the dungeon, Universal dungeon.
Okay, those
session.
are the same as
Peter
this,
with the 2 cats.
the Stuart
with
Hall
the green.
notebook.
Yeah,
for
the green
Dynasty
background.
there. Okay, that's what they were.
Yeah,
I always thought that they
Ace had the Devereaux control console type of vibe with the.
Yeah.
Do you remember the session with Ace with the fog and the Star Trek desk?
Yes.
So yeah,
I thought he did it in Dynasty as well.
I know what you're thinking of. One of the photos that's in the tour book. That's not the same session. At any rate, with regard to the puzzles, you didn't have or don't, and I know you don't have, but I had the Peter put together the puzzle. All that stuff burned up in 81. I don't have any of that. But of the 4, my favorite is Gene, because I love that session with Levine, with like everything from he's getting out of the coffin, he's holding the baby coffin, he's got the cape on, the green light, the cobwebs, fantastic stuff. So
Yeah.
Moving on to June 9th.
We do.
The birthday of my father. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
It's too bad that he couldn't answer this question. What Kiss song is the perfect choice for a summer rainstorm? Why? Now, focus specifically on summer rainstorm. It's a summer day. Earlier today we had a storm. This is appropriate. A cloudburst, if you will. I have an answer that relates to some strong memories, but what's your take?
I don't know. I try to think. As if I was listening to something by Kiss today, I think I was, but I can't remember what it was. It was probably I was watching Houston 76. So, I don't know. There's just maybe something from Destroyer usually takes me back to that period, because that's like when I knew that Destroyer existed, was around that summer. So, just like anything off Destroyer, probably.
That's funny. This is an aspect about Kiss that I love, and this, whether it's the song or the album, we tend to associate, some of us anyway, associate seasons with albums.
Right.
We were talking about this earlier about
Dynasty being a Christmas,
Rick,
being a Christmas record.
I mean, to me, it's a quintessential summer album, as is Love Gun. That came out in the summer, and I was excited about it. And
I think, like Alive 2 maybe reminds me of like winter, or like coming out of winter, like spring. Alive 2.
Well, my answer for this is Tomorrow and Tonight. It's a summer rainstorm is different from any other rainstorm, because like the sun can come out. Sometimes it rains when the sun is shining, and I don't know. I have memories of listening to that song and watching the rain come down, or getting wet, being out in the rain and coming in and like drying off. Like sometimes the first thing you do is put on a Kiss record when you come in the house.
I would go to Ambassador Coney Island, and they had the jukebox, little jukeboxes that they were in the booth,
on each table,
and at the booth, and 171 was Rocket Ride, and 271 was Tomorrow and Tonight. And I'd go there every day and play Rocket Ride and Tomorrow and Tonight.
Yeah. I remember those. Those are, man, playing stuff on the jukebox, man. It was like
171, 271. Never
That's
forget
funny.
it.
I don't remember.
Please, mister, please, don't play B17.
I do remember, I don't remember numbers, but I remember particular songs really rocking really like catching my attention, and Emotional Rescue was one of those. Emotional Rescue that wasn't an Ambassador jukebox tune. That was, come to think of it, that was a Latinas jukebox tune. Because Latinas had jukeboxes too. But an ambassador jukebox tune would be Evil Woman, ELO.
Oh, I was going to Cliff Richard.
Oh, Devil Woman?
Devil Woman, that's it.
Oh, yeah, that was an ambassador jukebox tune.
I would imagine it
She
was.
was a devil woman with evil on her mind. Yeah, good stuff, man. All right, so we're going to wrap things up with our final question of the night.
One more.
June 10th asks, what's more fun to collect? Official Kiss posters or promotional Kiss posters? What's your dream poster from each category?
Gosh, I don't know much about promotional posters. I don't know what. I mean, official Kiss posters from back in the day are just like, that's what I would love to have. They're just, Spirit of 76 and just, oh gosh, all those original Alcoin, that super poster that I wanted.
77
Yep.
super poster.
That's that kind of stuff. I'm not sure. I mean, what's the promotional, what the promotional, all I know about is like the double platinum stuff, the mobiles, stuff like that.
What about, like my answer, I mean, that's actually the first album poster. I consider that a promo because it didn't come in the album. It's like not all copies of the album got that poster. And I do believe it was sent to radio stations and record stores.
Still have that poster of the outtake of the first album?
Yeah, the one at the convention. Well, I think that was the rated convention. Was that 94, 95?
I want to say 95. I think we were just watching it
a
few weeks ago.
It's on that VHS.
Right.
But at least I'm pretty sure it was that year. Somebody had a poster print of the Joel Brodsky. There's been a lot more. I've seen a lot more.
I've seen a few, but yours was the first one I saw that I knew then that it existed. I never thought that there would be outtakes.
That was at the kind of the dawn of the internet, and to see that alternate take of such an iconic cover was like, wow,
that freaked me out.
That was good stuff.
Good stuff.
But
so
obviously that the promo would be the first album with the smoke and Peter with the armbands and just Kiss looking.
Those original posters from Kiss Alive, that I always go back to, where Paul sticking the headstock of the guitar out, and Ace, with the smoking guitar, and Peter sitting there with the microphone, and Gene doing those original 4 posters that I used to go look at every day. Those were I love those so much. 78, just those shots are just iconic to me.
Yeah,
that'd be probably my dream posters to have.
Whenever we talk about stuff in this context of dream, it's like, well, if I'm dreaming, can't I just have all 4 of the solo? I call them solo, but they're not solo. The Alive 2 Mylar posters.
But geez, wouldn't you want stuff from 74? If you're a dream, oh my gosh, some of those shots we were looking at in
the
early years.
In the Wearing Abbott book. No, but those weren't those weren't Boutwell posters.
Right.
Those were McCoy posters.
No.
And I've already got I've got the choppers. I've got I've got the Empire State. I've got the glitter poster.
Yeah,
I've got
you do.
I've got a handful of the classic. I've got the Alive 2, Levine with the cubes. Not the Love Gun, the one that I call the Love Gun one that you had, but so I've got a handful of the classics. I've got Spirit of 76. I got a couple of those. I don't think I have the variant though. Like one of them says US Tour 76, and I think mine just says US Tour. But no, I know what you're saying. I mean, some of the coolest images weren't ever marketed as posters. They were just pinups. Like I said, I love that pinup of Gene with the baby coffin. I love some of the Swedish pinups are amazing. Like some of those like Star Stow outtakes.
Oh yeah.
Sort of like X-rated Kiss posters. And I do remember seeing them, but they were usually like a smaller format poster, and I think they were bootlegs or whatever. I don't think they were official merch. But of the official merch posters, I really like that Mylar. It's the number 2 group shot. It's a Levine photo, just half-toned. Group shot number 1 is them in Destroyer era, and group shot number 2 is Love Gun era. And since I already have the number 1, I'd like to have the number 2. I don't think you can touch those for like less than a couple $100 or whatever, and I can't justify that, man. What do you say?
Play hard.
What'll you have?
Down home flavor.
What
the hell is that dang deal?
I think that takes us to the end of this week's exciting episode of
Hey man, nice Kiss shirt and poster
and doll and thermos and lunchbox and wastebasket and so anyway, we're really glad you could join us.
Very glad.
I'm just overjoyed. I'm almost as happy as I'd be if I'd won a dream date with Peter Criss.
And he gets mad at you and he takes off in his car, but he can't get out of the garage and he keeps slamming and slamming and slamming. They got to get the jaws of life. The cops come and they find the gun and the drugs in the front of the car. And Bill O'Coin has to bribe the cop, make him go away.
Oh man.
Keep it.
Bill cleaned up a lot of messes, didn't he? Have a seat. Have one more seat. I got to put a button on this.
All right.
Once again, thank you so much. Put your 2 lips together and kiss that subscribe button. And remember,
The words of the barbarian.
play hard.
Play fair. Nobody hurt.